Welcome to Flutter Teacher. Inside the last video, we have seen what is set, different ways of creating the set, and performing iterations over the set. This video is basically a continuation of last video. In this specific video, we'll talk about different properties and the method that the set class supports. So if you don't know about the set, I really recommend you guys to go ahead and watch the video where I have talked about set in details. So without wasting time, let's get started. Now, let's look at the properties that set class supports. Just look at this example. In this case, I have a set of fruits with the values mango, apple, cherry, and orange. If I want to get length of this set, simply I can write fruit.length. This length gives me total number of elements in the set. If you want to get first element from the set, simply use the property called first. To get the last value from the set, simply use the property called last. If you want to check whether your set is empty or not, that is whether there is any element present in the set or not, simply use isEmpty. And if you want to check whether your set is not empty, that is opposite to dot of isEmpty, simply use the property called isNotEmpty. And when I run this program, you can see for the set length is 4 and the first element is of course the mango. Last element is giving me the orange. This set is not empty, and if I'm checking is not empty, it says true. Set class supports so many methods. It's not possible to discuss each and every method in this video. So I'm focusing on most important and widely used methods of the set class so that this will be helpful for you guys when we switch to the Flutter development. Let's talk about add and addAll method. Add method is used to add a new element in the set. So consider this example. Here I have a set of fruits, mango, apple, and cherry. In this set of fruits, I want to add another fruit called orange. So simply I'm calling fruits.add with the value called orange. So this orange fruit, that is this value, will be added to the set of fruits. Make sure that if you are adding the duplicate value, in this case, the operation that you are performing to add the value is simply ignored. Set class has a special method called addAll. Using this, we can add all elements of one set into the given set. Look at this example. Here I have a set called my fruit. What I want, inside this my fruit, we have the two values lemon and grapes. Inside this my fruit, I want the values of fruit must be added. So simply I'm calling myFruit.addAll. Inside this, I'm passing the fruits as a parameter. It means all the values of this fruit set will be added to the set called myFruit. And when I run this program, you can see when I'm printing the values of fruits, I'm getting mango, apple, and cherry. These are my existing values, and the orange I'm getting by calling the add method. And when I'm printing my fruits here, you can see inside my fruit already I had a value lemon and grapes. These are the old values. Apple, mango, cherry, and orange. These are the values that I have obtained from the set called fruits. Let's look at the method removeAll and clear in order to remove the elements from the set. Remove method is used to remove specific element from the set, whereas remove all elements is used to remove all the elements from the set which are present in another set. And clear method will remove all the elements from your set. I have a set of fruits here with the values mango, lemon, apple, cherry, and grapes. Initially I am printing the original fruits so that I will get the original fruit output here. Then I have another fruit set here, so I named this as my fruits. It contains two fruits, lemon and the grapes. Now what I want to do, from my original fruits, I want to remove the value apple. So simply I am calling method removeApple. Line number 16, that is fruits.remove in bracket apple, will remove the value apple from the set of fruits. Make sure that this remove method has return type in the form of boolean. That is, if this element is actually removed from the set, then in this case it returns a true. If in case it's not possible to remove the value, that is the value you are specifying is not actually present in the set, then in this case the value won't be removed. So in that case, this remove method returns you the false. Now you can see when I run this program, initially I'm getting the original values as mango, lemon, apple, cherry, and grapes. But when I'm removing the value called apple from these fruits, you can see apple is not there in the set of fruits. Now here I'm writing fruits.removeAll my fruits. So what it will do? It will remove all the elements from fruit set which are actually present in the set called myFruits. Now myFruits contain two values, lemon and grapes. So these lemon and grapes will be removed from the set of fruits here. That's the reason when I'm printing the values of fruit again, you can see it has only two fruits, that is mango and cherry. That's the reason you can see the lemon and grapes are not available in the set of fruit. And finally, when I'm writing fruits.clear, this will remove all the elements from the set of fruit. Make sure that in case of remove, we can identify whether element is removed or not because it has return type in the form of boolean. But in case of remove all, it's not the case, it has return type void. Set class has a method removeWhere, retainWhere and retainAll in order to perform removing and retaining of element based on some condition. Just look at this example. Here I have a set of names where I have specified some names Sam, John, Mark, Alex and James, and I'm simply calling a method called removeWhere. RemoveWhere method is used to remove all the elements from the set that satisfies the given condition. So in this case, I simply want to remove all the names from this set that contains small a in their values. For this, I use names.removeWhere. Inside this, I need to specify a function. This function should accept the single element as a parameter, and this function will iterate for each and every element of the set. That's the reason I have specified the condition that if name contains the value a, I'm returning the value, and this contains method will return the value in the form of boolean. That's the reason I'm specifying it here. So what it will do, this logic will remove all the elements from the set of name that contains the small letter a. And when I'm running this program, you can see finally my set will hold the values called John and Alex, and you can see there are no a available in my values. retainWhere method is opposite to that of removeWhere method. When we use retainWhere method, all the element that satisfies condition won't be removed from the set, and other element that won't satisfy this condition will be removed from the set. Let's look at this example. When I'm using names.retainWhere, so as the name suggests retain means it will hold the values and remove the remaining values. So I'm writing retainWhere and I'm specifying a function here, and look at the condition I use names.contains small a. So it means whatever element that contains small a, it will be available, that will be retained in the set, and remaining elements will be removed. That's the reason when I'm running this program, you can see the values of names are Sam, Mark and James. That is, these are the values that contains a small a. Remaining values are removed here. retainAll method is used to keep all the elements in your set that you are specifying by another set. Let's understand this example. In this case, I have a set 1 with the values Alex and Sam. What I want to do, I want to remove all the elements from the set of name except those are present in the set 1. For doing this, I can call a method called retainAll. In bracket, I have passed the set. It means it will remove all the elements from the set called name, but it will retain the values in set 1. That is, when I run this program, you can see the values Alex and Sam, these are retained in my set, that is, these are present, and remaining values are removed from the set of names. elementAt method is used to access element at given index. Make sure that using this method, we cannot modify the value of set elements. Just look at this example. In this case, I have set of names with values Sam, John, Mark, Alex and James, and I simply want to print value at 0th index and the value of first index. Here I am calling names.elementAt 0, so it will print the value at 0th index, and when I am writing names.elementAt 1, it will print the value at first index. Make sure that if you are trying to go beyond the range of set, that is beyond the index of set, then in this case definitely will fall with the runtime exception. Let's try to understand the method containsAll and lookup. Contains method is used to check whether specific element is present in the set or not. containsAll method is used to check whether all elements in given set is present in another set or not. And lookup method is used to check whether specific element is present in the set or not. Okay, you might see that the contains and lookups, they feel very similar, but the important difference is in case of contain, the return type is boolean, that is, you will get the return value in the form of true or false. But in case of lookup, if the element that you are looking inside the set, if it is present, it will return that specific element, otherwise you will get the value null. Okay, look at this example here. I have a set of fruits, then I have my fruits. So I have these two different sets here. Then what I want to do, I just want to check whether this fruit contains the value apple or not. So simply I have specified the value apple here, and as my fruit contains the apple value, and when I'm running this program, this has apple will hold the value true. Now what I want to do, I simply want to check whether all the values of these my fruits are available inside this fruit or not. So here simply I'm calling fruits dot contains all and I'm passing my fruit. It means I just want to make sure that all the values of this my fruit set are present in the set of fruit or not. So if it is present, in this case my fruits will be true, and definitely lemon and grapes, they are present inside this fruit. You can see lemon is available here and grapes is available here. That's the reason it is giving me my fruit value is true. And when I'm using fruits.lookup and I'm checking whether value cherry is present in this one or not. Now you can see I have misspelled the value of cherry here. So there is a spelling mistake in the cherry. That's the reason this value is giving me null. It means it gives me null if value is not available. And if I make my spelling correct, now if I rerun the program, you can see I will get the value that I'm looking inside this. Let's look at the where method. Where method is used to obtain another set from your given set with those values that satisfies the given condition. Look at this example. In this case, I have a set of names with the values Sam, John, Mark and Alex. And what I want to do, on this set of names, I simply want only those values in set called my names that contains the letter small a. So here I have specified a function as a parameter in this where, and this name is an individual value in the set. So this function will iterate for each and every element of this name set. Then I'm simply checking that name should contain a letter small a. So whatever value that contains small a, it will be stored inside this set called my names. Now you might be wondering why I'm calling toSet here. So if I ignore this toSet, you can see I will get an error. The reason behind this is return type of this where is not actually a set, it's actually iterable. So there are two options. Either I can use where here, or if I don't want to use where here and I want to go with the set, then in this case I must convert my values to set. That's the reason I need to specify toSet. This toSet method will help me to convert this iterable kind of value into the set kind of value. And when I'm running this program, you can see the my names contains Sam, Mark and James. These are actually the values from names set that contains a letter small a. In this case, I use this where method only for the normal kind of values like string, but you can use the same method in order to perform operations over the specific type of values such as the student object, employee object, customer object and bank object, so on, so that we can get the list of specific element. Let's look at the whereType method. WhereType method is actually used to obtain the set with specific type of values. Consider this example. Here I have set 1. This is a dynamic, that is it's a generic kind of set that contains the integer value, string value and double value. Now from this set 1 I want to get set 2. But in my set 2 I only want to get only string kind of values from the set 1. That's the reason I use set1 dot whereType, and as a type I'm specifying a string. It means it will only take the string type of values from set 1, and whatever value it has collected, it will create another set and that will be stored in set 2. Now by default, this whereType returns iterable kind of value. So if you want to convert that one to set, we need to call a toSet here. And when I'm printing the set 2, you can see the output. Set 2 contains the value a, b, c and x, y, z. Now consider in set 2, I simply want to get only integer values from set 1. So I need to specify int here. It means from set 1, whatever values that are of type integer, that will be extracted and it will be stored inside this set 2. That's the reason when I'm printing the value of set 2, you can see set 2 will have the value called 10 and 32. These are actually the integer value taken from the set 1. Map method is one of the important methods that we need to use to perform various operations for the set values. Map method is basically used to return another set of object by performing operations on each and every value of your given set. Let's understand this example. Here I have a set of names with the values name, John, Mark and Alex. From this set of names, what I want to do, I want to convert all the names into uppercase, and whatever resultant set that I have, I want to store the resultant set inside this uppercase name. So simply I'm writing names.map. Inside the map, we must specify a function that should accept individual element as a parameter. I'm specifying a name here, and this function will iterate for each and every element of the set called names. And here I'm simply converting the name value to uppercase. The result of map, it's not in the form of set, it's in the form of iterable. That's the reason I need to convert it to set manually if I want to get value in the form of set. And when I'm printing the values of these uppercase names, you can see all the values of this set called uppercase names are available in uppercase letters. However, if you feel what happens to actual values of these names, so make sure that actual values of names are unmodified. That is, when I'm running the values of names, these are not in capital letter. These are remains as it is. So keep in mind that map method won't modify your value. It will simply give you another set by performing operations on each and every value of your current set. Set class provides the method union, intersection, and set difference in order to perform the mathematical operations over the set. As the name suggests, union method is used to obtain union, that is addition of two different set values. Here I have a set called fruit1 with some values, and I have the set called fruit2 with another set values. And now I want to get union of this set fruit1 and fruit2. Simply I am writing set3 is equals to fruit1 dot union in bracket fruit2. It means all the values of fruit1 and fruit2 will be added, that is their union will be performed and that will be stored inside the fruit2. Make sure that I have some repeated values here, that is mango is available in both fruit1 and fruit2, and apple is also available in both fruit1 and fruit2. But when I'm running the program, you can see inside the fruit3, these values are not appeared twice, these are appeared only once because set won't support the duplicate values. Intersection method is used to obtain intersection of two sets, that is if you want to get the common element present in both the sets, we can use the method called intersection. Here I have used fruit1 dot intersection fruit2. It means all the elements which are commonly present in fruit1 and fruit2, they will be stored inside the set called fruit3. So when I'm running this, you can see fruit3 will have the value mango and apple. These are exactly the value commonly present in fruit1 and fruit2. As the name suggests, the method difference will give you the difference between one set with another set. That is, if I'm writing fruit1 dot difference fruit2, it means it gives me all the values of fruit1 which are not present in fruit2. So if I run this program, you can see inside this fruit3, I will get the value lemon and cherry. On the other hand, if I use fruit2 and if I make it here fruit, it means I will get all the values of fruit2 which are not actually present in the fruit1. It's simply saying a fruit2 minus fruit1. So when I run this program, you can see fruit3 will get the value kiwi and grapes. These are the two values which are present in the set fruit2 but not in the fruit1. Let's understand the reduce and fold methods. Both reduce and fold method returns a single resultant value from your entire set by performing iterative operations over each and every value of your set. Let's understand this one. In this case, I have a set called my set with the value 10, 20, 30 and 40, and from this set I just want to get sum of all elements. So simply I use my set dot reduce. So it will reduce your entire set into the single value, that is actually the sum of all the values present in the set. So this reduce method must accept the function as parameter. It takes first value and the next value as the two different parameters. Here you can see I'm making addition of value with the next value, and as a resultant of this one, with iteration it gives me sum of all the elements present in my set, that is the 100. Fold method is very much similar to reduce. The difference here is when I use fold method, I can start from some initial value, that is I can start my calculation from some initial value. Let's understand this one. When I'm writing fold here, I must specify first value as initial value. So here I'm specifying it's 0. So 0 is my initial value, and here I have defined a function that accepts value and next value as a parameter. So as it is in the form of And null safety, I must add the code to work with null safety. So simply I'm writing here null safety code here. So if you don't understand null safety, don't worry. In our upcoming sessions, I will talk about null safety in detail. So when I run the same program, fold method also gives me the addition of all the elements. But make sure here I'm starting my addition from the 0. So if I want to start my folding, that is to perform operations with initial values 5 here. So instead of 100, it will start calculation with 5. That will result in the output called 105. One more difference about reduce and fold is when I use reduce, the return type of reduce is always the same as values present inside the set. That is, if the set is of type integer, reduce must return value of type integer. And if the set contains string type of values, then definitely return type of reduce is always in the form of string. But in case of fold, it's not a restriction. If we use the fold, the return type of your fold can be anything. It can be integer, it can be a string, it's irrespective of value available inside your set. Set class provides the method toList and toSet in order to convert your values to list and set respectively. As the name suggests, toList method converts your iterable kind of value into the list kind of value, and toSet method converts again the iterable kind of value into the set kind of value. Let's look at this example. Here, values are specified, it's not in the form of set or not even in the form of list, it's in the form of iterable, which is actually a superclass for set and the list itself. Here I have specified the values 10, 20, 30 and 40. From these values, I want to convert the values into the form of set. So simply I have written values.toSet. It converts the iterable values to set and I have stored inside my set. Similarly, I want to convert these values to list. So I have used values.toList. It will convert this value to list. That's why I'm stored is inside the list of type mylist. Then I'm finally printing the values and you can see on my console, I'm getting my set is actually in the form of set. It's showing a pair of curly bracket. And my list is actual list. It's showing in the form of these square brackets. Let's look at the every and any method of set class. Every method is mostly used when we have some condition that must be satisfied by each and every element of the set. Consider this example. Here I have a set of fruit with the values mango, pineapple, lemon, banana and orange. Here I simply want to check that each and every element of this fruit must have the letter called small n. That's the reason I have specified fruits.every. For this every, we need to specify a function as parameter that accepts single element of set as a value. So I have specified fruit as a single element. And this function will iterate for each and every element of the set, and here I'm checking condition that fruit contains the value n, that is small letter n. Now if this condition is satisfied by all the elements, then only my boolean variable, my condition will be true. In this case, if you observe my values property, each and every value contains small letters n. That's the reason if I run this program, you can see my condition will result in true. But let's say if I'm specifying small o here, it means I want each and every element of my set should contain a small letter o, and that's not available. So that's the reason if I rerun the program, I can see my condition results in false. Any method is similar to every method. The only difference is in case of every method, each and every element should satisfy the condition, then only it results in true. However, in case of any method, if any of the element, that is, if at least one element satisfies your condition, then it returns you the true. Let's look at this one. Instead of this every, if I'm specifying any, now you can see I'm writing fruit.any, and the condition is that at least one fruit should contain letter small o, and of course I have a mango that contains small o. When I run this program, you can see the value of my condition is true here. That's it for this video. See you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you really like the way I'm explaining the concept, then don't forget to like my videos, share my videos, subscribe my channel and hit the bell notification button to get my latest videos.